What are secrets among your profession that the general public is unaware of? We are being timed at the drive-thru. Please be considerate for the other customers. I feel I'm trapped in a corner when a customer does not know what they want and forces me to remake their drink several times while there is a line in the drive-thru. Work at a Starbucks. Had a lady make me remake her drink 3 times because no. I wanted this drink. No. I want it iced. No. I wanted the blended iced. Yup. That's the place I'm taking about. Then the customer says, but they make it this way at the other Starbucks. Then go there. Combat medic. Not so much a secret but a key to being a lazy piece of shit in a generally high stress job is to teach the boots to do your job for you. Essentially making everyone a medic in all but the most advanced stuff so they still have a reason to keep you around. I can't see that as being anything but good for everyone you're looking after though. In a situation with multiple injuries, the more hands giving first aid until you get to them, the better. I've been a waiter for a long time and the general public has no idea how many times I've seen my co-workers come in drunk as hell but still make it through a shift and have no one notice. There's also at least a 60% chance that your bartender has snorted coke in the last 8 hours. Yeah, honestly this. I work at a huge resort and I serve drinks and occasionally do food waitressing. My co-workers regularly smoke weed and drink at work. Come in trashed. Get called into work during mushroom trips. etc. My manager went to pick up one of the bartenders one day, lives like 3 miles from work, and saw another one of the bartenders run out of the woods in his underwear totally trashed. He actually didn't make the guy work that day. Bless him. But yeah. Weed. Alcohol. Coke. And sometimes psychedelics are a regular occurrence. I work at a pizza place. The more items you get on your pizza the fewer of each item you will get while still being charged the same price per item. Used to make pizza. Can confirm. It's not for malicious reasons though. It's because if you actually load on everything the pizza wouldn't cook right. Especially with veggies. It would turn to soup. That some public defenders do a really great job and some private defense attorneys a really poor one. That what you pay for and what you get in legal representation often has no connection. Former nuclear engineer, it's actually pretty slow and boring. Good job. Fast and exciting is the last thing I want to see when dealing with nuclear reactors. Nuclear powered reactors are in itself fast and exciting. All of our accidents, including the least deadly US-based accident of SL-1 reactor, all occurred based on some compilation of variants of routine evolutions, but not having the wherewithal to respond to the quickness of reactors. Sometimes students are given a better grade than they should because we are too tired to really give a shit anymore. Sometimes they are given a worse grade because of this. But those teachers suck. My wife is a teacher. A couple of times a year when she is absolutely buried in work I will take a stack of essays and grade them for her. I sit down with an ink pen, 6-pack of beer, and get to work. I'm throwing out A's like Oprah giving away cars. It's a good time. Those punkers little itches better appreciate it. We don't really check if we have any more in the bag. We just go back there so we can chill for like 5 minutes. I used to work at Walmart. And this is kinda true. Usually the only stuff we have in the back is stuff we have a ton of extras of. That is, stuff that is already well stocked on the floor. And even if there was something that was in the back but not on the floor, 99% of the time there's no way to get to it. It's blocked by other pallets. NASA engineer here, y'all don't know anything. I grew up in a community full of NASA engineers. My father is one. There is also a decent sized military base in my hometown that does a lot of work with missiles. Many of the kids that I went to school with growing up had trouble answering the "what do your parents do for a living?" question. With so many NASA scientists and engineers combined with the Army missile base, there were many parents who had high security clearances and couldn't discuss what they did in their profession. I work in technical support. The vast majority of the time I know the fix immediately and it's something I deal with a dozen times a day. If I say I need to put you on a quick hold whilst I research that, it means I'm googling the answer to your problem. If I say I need to put you on hold for a few minutes, it means I'm asking a coworker if they know what the answer is. If I say I need to call you back because I have to research more, it means none of us has any ducking idea what the issue is and I'll actually have to do some real work. Also, stop blurting out your passwords to me. I don't need to know what it is. Nobody does. If I need to log into your account, I'll just ask you to type it when I remote into your machine. If you can't get in, I'll reset it to something else and we'll deal with the password change later. Airline pilot here. You know those blankets that we give you on the flight? The airline never washes them. Ever. We just shake them out and shrink wrap them for a later flight. Every once in a while we toss one that's unusable. That is an absolutely horrifying thought, but it doesn't really surprise me. Those things can't be free. I'm a Zamboni operator and most people don't know that we use hot water when shaving the ice. How many horsepower are those bad boys? And what's their top speed on asphalt? Depends on the model. There are a lot of them, and they shouldn't be driven on asphalt. Top speed on the ice is about 8 miles per hour if you're in a hurry. Largest secret of my profession are how completely understaffed the 911 communications center is. Most of the time when you call 911, that person is also doing 3 other things at the same time. They are normally doing the job of 2 other people. And probably trying to get in a slightly warm meal also. 911 dispatchers don't care what you took to get high. Just tell us so we can help you. We do care about how you sustained that trauma injury though. Not only to help treat you but to keep the responding units safe. Most large cities are now switching to a system to evaluate the patient over the phone, so we don't send an ambulance and a fire truck to every single call. So facts are important when calling. Multitasking calls must get confusing. Operator, sir. Keep giving chest compressions, caller. It's not working. He's still robbing my house. I am a lawyer. Yes. We know our adversary. Yes. We will be chummy and joke around with him/her before the judge walks in. Yes. I'm still advocating for you against my adversary. Barristers, UK trial lawyers, may know each other and may even work at the same chambers, offices where groups of self-employed barristers work. But they never greet each other with a handshake in around court. So that their clients don't think there is any funny business going on. I work in retail. Yeah, we may seem like we are best friends with every employee, but nope, it's like an episode of Gossip Girl every time I go to work. I always think before I enter HMM, what drama will I hear today? And who do I have to be fake nice to? Edit. I sound like most do, but wow, I didn't expect this to get a lot of votes. I hope I'm not breaking this to you. But that doesn't end at retail. Literally everywhere. Software engineer. Literally everything is hanging by a thread and it's amazing the internet hasn't fallen apart completely. Call center technical support. The surveys you're sometimes asked to fill out are kinda bullshit in that anything below 100% counts as a fail. Some are slightly more forgiving. But usually not by a whole lot. So people who give you anything less than a perfect score for petty reasons like everyone can improve or I don't like the hold music are actively hurting you and might in the long run cost you your job. Vehicle assembly. Whatever you're driving contains a lot more zip ties than you would expect. Especially if it's a lorry. I drove for Uber a dozen times and realized that I hated it. In part because the drivers aren't allowed to ask for ratings, but that company doesn't explain to riders that anything below 4.7 out of 5 overall gets the driver put on probation and fired. People sometimes die in hotel rooms. As soon as the body is out, we clean the room and put it back out for rent. Doesn't happen often. But there's a chance your bed had a dead person in it less than 2 hours before you checked in. Recruiter here. Some companies don't want to hire old people. With you except for some. Age discrimination is rampant and begins way younger than people think. 30s is old. Even with relevant experience, WTF. Not true. 28-32 is most sought after age range. Older and they think people can't be flexible enough. Younger and they lack general experience. Even if it's a nice vet clinic. Sometimes doggy daycare is just putting your dog in a very small kennel with a bowl of water. My friend sends her dog to a place that during the day puts them in a field to play in and has webcam set up you can watch while you're away. Former ballet dancer. Here. It's a total sheet job. At least in the USA. Only large, internationally renowned companies pay well enough to live off of. Everyone else gets paid like $20k a year. And some are even worse and only pay per performance. You need to either be supported by your parent's spouse or work a side job, or two. You only have a contract for one season, usually August, May or so. And there is no guarantee that there will be a spot for you in the company the next year. If you get injured or get fat, you're probably going to get fired. If you see rabbits or chickens at a zoo, they're food. Reality TV is anything but. Ever seen House Hunters on HGTV? The couple looking for a house actually already bought and live in one of the houses that they're looking at. The other houses are usually friends' houses. Or houses that have sold but not closed or moved in yet. Absolutely. A very popular ghost hunting TV show. I can't name for contractual reasons. Does something similar. All the ghosts are generally contacted and coached via Ouija board before they're ever on screen. Coast Guard, please. For the love of God. Stop doing stupid things in bad weather. I pay your salary and I'm damn well gonna use your services. I am a young female in an assisted living home. Men may become wheelchair bound. Unable to speak. Or hear. But there is always one body part that still works.